Okay. Am I live? Am I live? Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Stacey Storino. Welcome to my YouTube channel. This is the place that you go when you are a more mature entrepreneur. Am I live now? Oh gosh, when you go live, like it's not always so easy, folks. So hey, what's up, everybody? It's Stacey Storino. Welcome back to my channel. This is the #1 place for the more mature entrepreneur to go to who wants to learn about content marketing in a way that they are driving more traffic to their business to do more business. If you are a subscriber of this channel, you know we are not about content marketing just for the sake of content marketing or random acts of content. You have to be exceedingly strategic about where you publish, when you publish, why you publish it, how to optimize it so that not just everyone and their mother sees it, because when you try to sell to everyone, you end up selling to nobody. We try to attract our ideal customer through both search and suggested on any given platform, not just YouTube, anywhere else that you would want to go and to market to your ideal customer. As Gary Vaynerchuk has said, 9-figure success, Gary Vaynerchuk, you have to go where the attention is. So just because you don't like a particular platform and you don't want to hang on there, out on there for a long period of time, does not mean that you shouldn't have a presence there. And if you're a beginner to online content marketing, you're a solopreneur, you're a beginner to that sort of thing, you're going to want to have a daily presence on the top 2 social media platforms that are best for your niche. You want to start toying around with YouTube. To me, it's never too early. By the time you have proof of concept, you're, able to cover your top 2 social media platforms. Every week you're growing your subscribers and followers. Even if it's just a trickle, it's growing persistently and consistently. If you are able to grow your email list every single week, I'm sure it's a trickle in the beginning. It hurts in the beginning. Beginner is like the worst phase, right? But as long as you're growing your followers, as long as you are growing your subscribers, email list subscribers, you must have an email list. To me, you do not go on to intermediate or advanced the way I teach things if you don't have an email list and you're not capturing those leads. And also as a beginner, you have to do 2 sales or 2 income-based, promotions a month at a minimum. If you are doing 1 sale or income-based promotion a month or less per month, you are a hobbyist. Anybody who follows you or email or is on your email list, they're not going to feel like you're a business, or the trail will go too cold between you and them and they will start mass unsubscribing when you do run a sale. But once you've worked out the kinks, you can cover your top 2 social media platforms every month. You're running at least 2 sales-based promotions a month. And you know what? You have proof of concept, folks. Beyond your family and your friends are shopping you. Like for real, people find you out there through your website. People find you out there through your social media marketing. They're getting on your email list and they're buying when you're running sales, having coupons, or maybe even driving them to an affiliate link to like make affiliate income. Great. Then you can move on to intermediate. That's the top 3 social media platforms for your niche. You can post on all of those daily. You might be a solopreneur, but at some point, because you're running at least 3 sales or income-based promotions a month, you are getting enough income in the door that about 25%, if not more, of your net income, your net profits can be reinvested back into your business. And so now you're not a solopreneur anymore by the time you're in the intermediate level, if you're smart, because otherwise you'll burn out. You won't be able to handle what's coming in the door because you're driving more traffic to your business. You need to do more business, right? You can't want to stay the solopreneur wearing all the hats forever. So now, about 25% of your net income, if not more, should be reinvested back into your business. Maybe it's independent contractors. Maybe it's part-time to full-time employees. Who knows what's appropriate given your facts and circumstances? They will help you to create and or post the content to cover the top 3 social media platforms for your niche. You're running 3 sales and or income-based promotions a month. You've got folks to help you with customer service, with returns, to address other questions, to help you admin any social groups that you have. And about intermediate, if you haven't launched a YouTube channel yet, you should, because it's the second largest search engine on earth, and it's the largest video based search engine on earth. You can't afford not to be on it as a business. And the minimum frequency for that at any level is once a week. By the time you're advanced, you have a bigger team, you have more net profit to reinvest back into your business. You're going to be like me and have a video editor by then. So then I can do lives and I can have edited videos as much as I want, right? And they can resize things so I can put it on Instagram. Is it a reel? Is it a, TikTok? This is how like you can continue to scale and grow and make more money. And by the time you're advanced, you are covering the top 4 social media platforms that are best for your niche with daily posts at a minimum. But you've got a team to help you one way or another with at least that, right? Plus all the customer service based stuff. And if you're a physical products based business, handmade or otherwise, you probably have staff to help you create things, finish things, wrap things, and get them out the door, right? And ship them out and stuff. But also by advanced, you should have a YouTube channel at least once a week, if not more. By advanced, if not before then, you need to have a regular presence on Pinterest, even if it's like 1 to 5 pins a day. The days that 25, 50 pins a day is over, you might even trigger the Pinterest spam filter. Pinterest isn't what it was a couple years ago, but you do at some point, at least by advanced, want to have a presence on Pinterest. Again, you should have a team to help you. That Pinterest is the 3rd largest search engine on earth, and it is the largest image-based search engine on earth. It is a search engine, as is YouTube. They may have some like social media-esque gift wrapping to it to encourage people to stay on the platforms, but they are not true social media platforms. Especially not if you are an entrepreneur and doing content marketing to drive traffic to your business to do more business. You should not treat YouTube and or Pinterest like they are search engines. Okay, so I went off on a cool tangent, but I'm catching people up. If this is your first time here and you're a more mature entrepreneur, you're not some little kiddo, you have a business or you're launching a business, and solopreneur to small team at least, you want to know about how to, in the real world, do content marketing that's more likely to drive traffic to your business so that you can do more business. You're in the right place. Make sure you hit that big red subscribe button, press that bell notification, select all. Every single day in January 2022, I will be going live on this channel and, of course, posting the replay. I have been a content marketing / business coach for the last 8 going on 9 years. I have thousands of students under my belt, true story, hand to God, and I have them all over the globe. So a lot of them may be showing up on the replay. You can put #live, #replay down there, and if you do nothing else, make sure you also, besides subscribe, of course, if you haven't already, but even if you have, you know what I'm going to tell you to do next. Hit that thumbs up button, because that's going to push this live stream out while it's live. It's going to ping it to more of my subscribers. And then on the replay, it's more likely to show and suggest the live, well, now the replay of the live to those folks. So that's helping me out more than you know. Okay. So really quickly, let me pull up my stuff for today, my content for today. If you're new to my channel, also, I refreshed my YouTube channel. If you've come back to visit and you've taken a look, you're like, ooh, Stacey, you tweaked some stuff. I did. I'm not done, but I did. Some of the playlists that you'll find on my channel include the Instagram SEO playlist. That's important because hashtags aren't the only important thing now when you're optimizing Instagram-based content. There's 3 videos in that playlist. It's not long. It's relatively fresh. Make sure that you check that playlist out. I also have the TikTok growth playlist, how I got my 7-figure success client, Joe's Dairy Bar and Grill, to grow to about 825,000 subscribers on TikTok. And also really quickly, missed any of the previous days out of the 31 days of Jan 2022 training, go here. Okay, so for the benefit of anybody who needs it, I have made a comment and pinned it on the replay. I'll be sure to post it and pin it again. If you've missed any of the previous days of the 31 days straight, lives slash replays in this business reboot series, the playlist itself is named 2022 Entrepreneur Business Reboot Advice. So you want to go and check the other previous days out. I'm not going to go back and teach everything from January 1st all over again. That's crazy. It's January 9th while I'm shooting this live. Every live stream teaching can stand on its own, but if you really want to get like the best, results out of this free coaching, you're going to want to subscribe. You're going to want to circle back and check out any of the videos that you did miss in that previous series. So let me greet everybody really quickly, and then I'm going to go directly into the teaching. Carol O'Neill is here. Hey, Carol, what's going on? Good to see you. Hey, Tiffany from Unbound by Tiffany. What's going on? Good to see you. Hey, I'm Chicken Sweat. Oh, no, wait. Next, Ann McDonald. Don't want to go out of order. Hi, I'm Chicken Swell. What's going on? Hi, Lisa Garrett. Good morning, my love. Hi, Marilyn Roselle. Hi, Jan Salitro. Good to see you, Miss Jan. Hi. Michael Cole is here. He says, greetings and salutations, sunshine. Feeling the vibe, Stacey. Hello, Michael. What's up? Bridget and Darren are here from currently Bridget Upcycle Lawson. What's going on? Lenore Love is in the house. What is going on? Hi, Miss Lenore. Jane Sharkey's here. Good afternoon from the UK. Thank you so much, Jane. I'm really appreciating you being here. I always appreciate everybody being here. You guys, hashtag live, hashtag replay, or both. Jane Marsh is here. That does. Hey, Plum Forest. Good to see you here. What's up? Karen Thompson's here. Hey, Miss Karen. What's up? All right. I think I got everybody who I can see on the live here. Good to see you. And I'm going to go into the training. Now, I will say that Janice says needs tip for introverts to start YouTube. Well, I think that you will get a lot out of today will help you. Yesterday's training from day 8, how an entrepreneur deals with rejection, can help you. There is a study that I put in the comments. Somebody was like asking for the study that I referred to, and I gave them the clickable link to take them to that study about the brain and how we self-sabotage. How we stay inside our comfort zone, which introverts tend to do. We all can do it, but introverts especially get into that comfort zone. It's like additional rungs, of entrapment into the comfort zone. And so also, let's see, day 4 of 31 days was how an entrepreneur defeats self-sabotage. So introverts can often say, I'm an introvert, so I can't do much. Or, only if I have a fantastic day can I ever be, expected to do anything for live streams, for YouTube videos, to show up on an Instagram reel or a TikTok. And by the way, I have playlists about Instagram reels and TikToks besides the TikTok growth playlist, and they do show you how, as a mature entrepreneur, you don't need to dance, you don't need to sing or lip sync, how you can create content that actually will get you the business conversions that you need. So I teach stuff from like a very different angle from what I see a lot of Gen Z and Gen Y creators and influencers teach. We might have some groundwork that's similar, but I just never see them really go. I don't know. I've just never seen them really go and shoot things through the lens of how do you extract a conversion out of somebody, like more specifically. So those previous days, Jan, if you miss them, will be a good primer for advice about getting out of your comfort zone, especially if you're an introvert. But today I want to go a little bit deeper about getting outside of your comfort zone. Now, this is stuff that, of course, you could use in your personal life and not just in your professional slash entrepreneurial life, of course. But I am going to shoot through the lens largely about how to get out of your comfort zone as an entrepreneur so that you're not just going, well, I have a Facebook account, I have an Instagram account, but not much on it. Or I got through the first couple, like 9 tiles or posts, and I haven't really done anything more. And like I'm still working on my branding. So obviously I can't even get like a basic website up for now because everyone starts at zero and I can build from there. But like, I just can't. I don't know. I don't ever seem to finish doing my, you know, um, uh, ideal customer research. I can't flesh out my ideal customer avatar. So if I can't do that, then obviously I can't do my branding. And I guess I can't do that because I'm so busy because of X, Y, and Z reasons. And let's just say, for the sake of argument, those reasons are legit. We're all older adults on this channel usually. So, of course, your reasons are probably really legit. You're dealing with house, spouse, kid, worship, pets, plants, part-time job, full-time job, however many bootstrapping side hustles that maybe out of necessity you need to do. So we end up staying inside of our comfort zone because not only is it just uncomfortable by proxy to get out of it, and it's always going to feel that way. For the benefit of people who didn't hear this yesterday, and if you missed yesterday, I really kind of go back and unpack, and I really get amped up in there. But everybody was getting amped up and ramped up with me in a good way. So I don't want to belabor it here, but like it's normal, even for me, a lot of the time as I get out of my comfort zone to not like it and to kind of like every last excuse, every last softener gets employed so that I can, like, with my conscious mind, like make it okay for me not to do the ugly work of entrepreneurial work, unless it's stuff that's comfortable for me, but I just keep knocking that out. So maybe it's comfortable for you to create a bunch of products and you have piles and piles of products if you're a products-based business. Not everybody who follows me is. And it sits there, and we'll say your husband, read in something else if it's appropriate, gets pissed because it's like, when are you going to sell this stuff? Is this just a hobby? Is it time to like get rid of this stuff or donate this? Or maybe you shouldn't create anything else until you actually sell this stuff. You're comfortable with making this stuff. You're even comfortable about maybe putting it in strategic product line collections and stuff, but you're not comfortable with doing anything else. Just like you might be comfortable about doing all of the target market research. Maybe you even have an ideal customer avatar. You printed out a picture, you've named him, her, or them. You're like ready to go. And now, well, it's the branding, you see, Stacey. And so, it'll be another 10 months before I have my business cards done. Who cares about your business cards? And if you've actually done the ideal customer avatar research and the work and the market research, then you can triangulate and start to make intelligent decisions about your hex color codes on your branding and get a good idea of what your logo should look like. And you can iterate from there and tweak as you need to and get a website up, even if it's just a basic website, and apply those things in terms of logos, designs, banners, colors, what have you, to setting up or tweaking your pre-existing social media platforms, right? And then you can go into something like Canva, and the free version is fine if you're just getting started out. Yeah, I like the paid version. I'm not going to drop a link to that right now. I am an approved affiliate for them, but I'm not going to drop the link for that. If you've got Canva Pro, then you know why you like it, and I'm not going to get into that too much here. But like, once you have the hex color codes and the logo and the font set up, you can start creating a whole bunch of content to put in emails, to post on social. But then you might be comfortable dancing all the way up to the edge of that, but your comfort zone is actually setting up an email list, because that seems so damn pushy to ask people to get on your email list. Doesn't everybody have too much email? So why would they want to get on your email list? You're not going to do it. You're not going to do it. And or you get all up to the edge of, actually posting on social media, but unless you have a really good day, you don't do it, right? You don't do it. And you can use all of the conscious mind rationales for why you can't implement at all or much. And like I've said in previous days, and you probably heard this hackneyed phrase before, if you think you can or you think you can't, either way, you're right. Right? So, you don't want to do the email list, you're not going to capture the leads. And I've told you in how many pre recorded videos, let alone lives, approximately 3/4 of your sales, if not more, will come from your email list. If someone's not comfortable getting on your email list, then it's highly likely that they're not comfortable enough to buy from you yet, at least. And how are you going to get repeat sales from customers if they're not already on your email list? The first sale is the hardest thing to get, comfort zone or not. After that, getting the second sale is a whole lot easier. And once somebody's bought from you 3 times, they're either going to buy everything you sell, depending upon your facts and circumstances, or they're going to be regular buyers every month or close to it. How are you going to get to a 6-figure business if you don't push outside the boundaries of your comfort zone? I'm going to give you some actionable stuff to do in a minute. I will. I've been doing that pretty much every day, have I not? But how are you going to get to whatever pie in the sky fantasy world thing that you have set up for yourself? How are you going to buy a house or get a bigger house? How are you going to get a car or get a new car? How are you going to fix your car? How are you going to retire your husband, wife, significant other? How are you going to retire yourself so you could just be self-employed all the time? How are you going to pay off all the credit cards if you are not really pushing your business to work it like a business? Well, how are you going to drive traffic to your business to do more business if you don't have a website, at least a basic one to show validity? I'm not a fly-by-night hobbyist. Go ahead and Google it. 60% of people will not buy from you if you have no website, no real presence outside of social. And that's just a fact, Jack. So, it doesn't have to be a huge Gondaloo website to start with. It could just be a 5-page brochure website. Get it started. Okay? You can tweak the branding later. You think a better logo is going to get people to buy from you? Probably not. But, tweaks are nice if they're needed. But are you just busy finding every last excuse subconsciously and then transferring it to your conscious mind to say, well, I'm not a pushy broad, so therefore I can't do the email list? Well, Stacey, if it isn't perfect to near perfect with my branding, then I can't have a website. Because if I can't do it 100% right, then I'm not going to do it 100% at all. This is what is called pretty perfectionism. I often say that perfectionism, or something that's a kissing cousin of that, is really just procrastination wearing its Sunday best. And so it sounds like a good thing to fend off your husband, wife, significant other. Well, I can't sell this stuff because I don't have the website yet and it's hard. Or I can't sell this stuff. I can't get an email list. I can't do that. I can't sell this stuff. I'm so busy. I can't post on social media. And yet you're here. And yet you're a entrepreneur to an entrepreneur, aren't you? So here's the thing. I'm going to get into more brass tacks now about if you're not comfortable, whether you're an introvert or not, or whatever your facts and circumstances are or not, whatever your particular stumbling block is, because I'll recognize you and you should give yourself credit for whatever progress you've been able to make with respect to your business. But just because you've been able to make some progress, like you put up that website, but you're driving no traffic to it. So I did all this work, but nothing else happens. Well, of course, people aren't going to randomly trip across you on Google and suddenly buy. You just started an Etsy shop today. Good. Because if you don't know what you're doing, you're getting drowned and drowned and drowned. And you can't really rely on Etsy. You have to be able to drive traffic to Etsy to really get best results now, because Etsy isn't pushing you. And you have a lot of competition at every possible angle if you're a products-based business, handmade or not. If you're a coach or a course creator and you got a presence on Udemy or Skillshare, so what? And you can optimize to a certain degree and it might help you, but so what? If you are just like, I can't do my own website, I can't get my own email list, I can't do the social media stuff, you can dance up to the edge and get some progress done. And yes, recognize yourself for that, but it's still your comfort zone that's keeping you from finishing the job. And then just persistently and consistently keeping up. Because if you know your ideal customer, your products, services, and offerings are sound. You know how to optimize for search so that your ideal customer pulls up content that you create. Yes, other people too, that has to do with their pain point. If you understand your ideal customer, their main pain point, and how your products get them out of pain and into pleasure, then you know what content to create. You know what to say. You know how to say it. You know the words that you need to use that more likely than not is music to their ears. You know how to create content that when they look at it, they're like, they either are me or they get people like me. So I automatically trust them more. Let me open up another tab. They have a website of their own. They're a real business. They're not out to just rob my money like a digital charlatan or quack. They're not some hobbyist. Because not to be rude, if somebody could buy from you as a hobbyist or someone else as a full timer, who do you think that they're going to buy from if roughly everything else is equal? So have a website, have a social presence. These are ways to be found too. But if you're just like, well, I can't do it, or I can't do all of it, or I stop at a precipice and I don't continue, that's your comfort zone hemming you in as an entrepreneur. Okay. So I'm going to give you a mind hack, because if you're like never comfortable pushing past the boundaries of your comfort zone, or the sheer concept of really leaving it like for real upsets you, like it's upsetting you that I'm like holding up a mirror and you see you when I say you dance up to the edge, but you just can't do it. I'm great at social media marketing and I even have a website, but I can't sell via email. I'm too scared to press the send button. Yesterday was huge for us to address that, but today is about the actionable mind hack that's going to be able to help you. So, we spoke about yesterday how no or rejection or unsubscribes that are rejection, people unfollowing you or whatever, you're going to get some of that no matter who you are and what you do. Even personally, you could get that on social. um, you know, um, but I told you yesterday that even if you had just one, as long as you're growing your email more than it's retracting and shrinking from week to week, especially once you've got a weekly email as a minimum up and running, this is actually healthy. And the more you market, the more you're driving traffic to your business, to your website, to your email opt in. And so your email list and everything else, rising tides are slowly but surely going to lift all boats. Then you're going to get a lot more unsubscribes. You're still going to get way more subscribes, right? As long as your subscribes are better than your unsubscribes, even if it's by a narrow margin, especially when you're small, you're still healthy. But people don't want to hear that rejection. They don't want to see that rejection. They agonize, especially if their email list is 2 to 3 digits deep. They're agonizing about the 2, 10, 20 people that they might have lost, especially if they hadn't emailed in a while. Now they're listening to me. The first week to 2 week, it could be a little bit bloody with unsubscribes because you trained your list up wrong. You're not treating yourself like a business. You're not really selling to them like ideally every week, but that could be for more advanced students, or like 3 times a month. That's for my intermediate students. If you're a beginner, you need to do sales promotions at least twice a month. And if you're not doing that, it's too scattershot. You don't have enough reasons to email anybody. You're providing no value-based only emails, like, because you're not content marketing. So you're just sitting there inside of your comfort zone going, but I want it and I've done some work. How come I can't just make money, Stacey? Then it would make me feel more confident. Okay? You got to leave your comfort zone a hell of a lot more than you're doing it as an entrepreneur. And especially if you're a solopreneur to a small business, you're doing all or most of the marketing and sales work yourself. So you're going to get all or most of the rejection yourself. And it sucks. And I'm telling you, it sucks. I got all the way up to advanced. I know what it looks like to be a beginner, to get into intermediate. By intermediate, you're making money and you're growing steadily enough, and you're seeing enough progress that you are already sweating the rejections less when someone says no, or somebody inquires about your services and then they go, "You're too expensive," or someone unsubscribes from your email list. That's a no. So yesterday we talked a lot about how to deal with that internally, but today is like externally. What is going to get you in an implementable way to push out of that comfort zone? Because if you don't do it, I don't know how you're a business owner. Stop being a entrepreneur. You know you deserve better. And as I've said a couple times now, you have a moral obligation to serve whatever slice of society is your ideal customer, is your niche. You have a moral obligation through your talents, through your abilities, through your capabilities to create the offerings, products, services, a bit of both that they need to help get out of pain and into pleasure. And God, the universe, whatever you want to read in, put you here for a reason, gave you those talents for a reason. And if you are not getting out of that comfort zone, you're not just cheating you. So, okay, so here's the deal. You're obviously staying in the comfort zone, so you don't have to deal with the learning curve for the tech. You don't have to deal with making decisions and, oh my God, what if I make the wrong one? You don't have to deal with no, too expensive, or unsubscribe. When you're afraid of hearing no from others, and then but yet you nonetheless set goals personally and or professionally for yourself, how you gonna reach them if you stay largely where you are right now? Or maybe just once in a while you dance out. You have no choice if you want your life to change personally and or professionally in 2022 if you don't push yourself outside of that comfort zone and face the possible rejection, face the possible mistakes. Nothing can change in your life, especially as an entrepreneur, if you don't drive more traffic to your business to do more business. And no offense, if you don't get an email list up and running, I'm telling you, it's going to be harder to get sales at all, because that's where a lot of your sales come from. The people who trust you enough to raise their hand and get on your email list are either immediately ready or they're almost there to buy from you. They trust you enough not just to float around and consume your content. They trust you even more when they subscribe or they follow. They trust you even more still and ascend themselves in a relationship to you closer when they're on your email list. You are so close. Okay. But if you're not able to get outside your comfort zone to even get those customers, let alone keep selling to them, to keep helping them, making them happy, getting them out of pain and into pleasure, and to turn them into repeat customers and eventually zealous brand advocates, well, look, if you don't do that, you're not going to get your goals. Obviously, nothing changes. So how do you hack your mind when you're that deeply introverted, when you're that afraid, when you skeeve tech just that much? That's me, folks. When you are not wanting to be pushy, how do you do it when no matter what, you come up with a bajillion excuses? They all sound really good, and some of them may be legit, but they're just hurdles. How do you succeed in spite of the challenges? You can't seem to get there. How do you hack your mind to get out of your own way? Okay. So here's the deal. Bridget, I see you. I'm going to get to you in a minute. Statistically speaking, I told you yesterday, I teased that we were going to get very, very actionable, and I was going to discuss some statistics with you that are totally legit. I'll have to put it in the comments again, both now and later, but I will cite to my sources, especially for things like this. A lot of the other stuff that I tend to say, it's an easy Google search and boom, you will pull stuff up. The first study that I'm going to put, the first study that was referenced was, and he updated it too, proper. Comes off Copy Blogger by Dean Riek. How to convince someone to say yes 7 power triggers to help you sell. So I'm not going to read the whole darn thing to you, but in that study, and in that article, that study that's cited to, it's a Harvard study. So statistically speaking, if you're afraid of rejection, unsubscribes, hostility, you're going to get some because that's just life. Yesterday, we spoke about out of every 10 people that you approach through emails or whatever, 9 are going to say, not today, sorry, but 1 will say yes. If all else is equal, they all have a true need. You have a true solution to whatever their main pain point is, and you make an offer. As you get better and better, it might be fewer than 9 people, but 9 out of 10 are going to reject you because they can't buy today, or that's not the right solution, or they're having a bad day, leave me alone, right? So, but if you go, oh, well, statistically speaking, 1 out of 10 people are going to say yes. So if I need 10 sales and I approach 100 people and all else is equal, I'll get the 10 sales that I need. Then, of course, you're going to plow through an email, say your email list of 100, and statistically speaking, you should get about 10 sales if there's no kinks in your pipeline for marketing and sales. If you have nailed your ideal customer first and you understand who these people are, not just in terms of demographics, but psychographics, and then you understand their main pain point and you can talk shop about how they're in pain and then you showcase solutions to them. They used to be me, and I will buy from that person. They really do understand a person like me, nevertheless. They get me and they get my problem, and they will buy, right? So if you've nailed everything down, approach 100 people, you should get 10 sales. Okay, plus or minus a hair. That's statistics. Now, today I have a new statistic for you from that Harvard study, and I just put it down live in the comments. On replay, I'll have to reproduce it because I keep checking that there should be a live stream replay and it does not show up, but I know that this is like a bugaboo thing for YouTube. Statistically speaking, fewer people would reject you than you'd even imagine. In fact, there's a Harvard study done by social psychologist Ellen Langer that has shown that large numbers of people will say yes to practically anything as long as the proposal is pitched in a particular effective way. So that study showed that 60% of people approached said yes to a request. Okay, this isn't a sale. 1 out of 10 should say yes to a sale. If you get even better over time, I can convert at, oh my goodness, way higher than 1%, 2%, 5%. But I've been doing this for 8-9 years. Okay. If you're doing this true player for real and you just started, or it's 6 months to a year, you might be converting at 1%, 2%. So you're getting 1 to 2 saying yes out of every 10, right? So Alan Langer's study showed that 60% of people approached would say yes to a request. Successful results increased to 93% when a reason accompanied the request that justified the action sought, especially if it provided new information to the person that, the request was being put to. So if you just come up and ask somebody to do something and you have good body language and you're positive, good eye contact, and you're just simply making a request, 60% will say yes. It'll go to around 93% when you give someone a quick elevator pitch reason, especially if somebody gets something out of it, like they learn something, they can get something, it's something new. So years later, okay, because this study happened quite some time ago, years later, Valerie S. Folks of the University of California, they engaged in a similar study that was a partial replication and partial extension of Langer's work and found basically the same results. So let me link while we're live so people can open up another tab in their browser if they care to. Okay. And you can see I'm not just like spouting stuff out my butt. The more general stats that give you a Google search and boom, you can find a ton of support for it. But this stuff's more like narrowed down. So I'm going to give you the links. So, like, here's the deal. Keep in mind that at worst, if you approach somebody in a goal related matter, even if it wasn't straight up sales based, it's just like, consume this content or follow or subscribe or get on my email list. Stuff that's free for them to do so, pretty easy. And they get a benefit out of it. 60% of them, like way more than half, are going to do it. But you have to take the time to justify the action sought from the other individual. And furthermore, have a plan of action, even if it's just a quick sentence of copy, 2 sentences at most, elevator pitch style. You provide them with new information and or a win-win benefit to that other individual. You're more likely than not going to get a yes from them as opposed to a no. Okay. Proof, therefore, exists that you can push your comfort zone out very strategically, and it's less spooky and random to you in terms of the results that you can get. When you're approaching people sales-based, you might start off at 1 in 10%, right? Otherwise, you should have way easily 50%, 60%, even better success of getting people to do micro conversions, like hit that like button, or macro conversions that are not necessarily sales based, like subscribe or get on the email list, right? Proof exists that you can push your comfort zone in a way that should be less uncomfortable, less scary for you to accomplish anything you want to do, any goal that you set, because there's a likelihood of success every time you make the attempt if you properly cover your bases. Let me give you an example from a content marketing standpoint, so you understand how this would show up as an entrepreneur, right? Because you're not just walking up to somebody and saying, hey, could you hold the door open for me? Something like that. Sometimes I see students of mine, if I get on their email list to monitor things or whatever, or, hey, I'm not a big shopper, folks, but like sometimes, like if I know I've got somebody that's a 6-figure success, plus or minus, I jump on their email list because I like to just see, hey, they're implementing, right? But sometimes I'm on an email list of somebody, whether they're a student of mine or not. And sometimes I get an email from them, and it might be short and sweet. Vary your lengths. It's, how long should an email be? As long as it needs to get the point across, right? So you can have longer emails, you can have mid-length emails, you can have short emails. It just depends on what you need the email to do. So say you put up a YouTube video a week on your channel for whatever the reason, okay? And it's good content marketing. And your ideal customer, especially the email list subscribers or email VIPs that sign up, they're your ideal customer. They would benefit for the video that you posted over the last week. Maybe you post the video on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, whatever. By the time you hit Sunday, you want to send out an email to your list. Every week, there should be a minimum of 1 email going out to your list. It doesn't always have to be a sales-based email, okay? But once you're more advanced, it's probably going to have a sales-based slant to it no matter what. In the body of the email, a quick PS to remind somebody that there's a coupon code or a site-wide sale. Even my advanced students have no problem with this, but they're going to want to at least provide some value where it's not always directly buy from me. So say you put up a video on your YouTube channel once a week that you know would be beneficial, and it's not necessarily salesy, but it's helpful to them. It's good relationship content marketing. And you know that they need to see this email, and they would be more appreciative of you, and you've served them. So you send an email out to your list saying, it's Sunday. Before I put up next week's video, I want to make sure that you didn't miss last week's video. So here's the thumbnail, and I'll link the video to the thumbnail. Just click on the thumbnail and you can see last week's video, and then you run off. So if we are to take the Harvard study, and shoot it through the lens of an entrepreneur, you made a reasonable request. Hey, I have a YouTube channel. It's a great resource for folks like you. I put a video up once a week, just in case you missed it. here's the thumbnail. I'll just click the thumbnail and you can watch last week's video because I'm about to put up another one. Maybe like 50-60% of your email list might click on it, maybe. But you would get way higher follow through from your email list members if you added a 1 or 2 sentence description about what they're going to get out of it if they were to watch the video. Don't give away the punchline or whatever tip, trick, technique that you might be teaching in there. But you do kind of want to hint and tease. Like if they're having a problem and they see this video, they're going to get a solution that's going to help them do whatever. Don't give away the goods or they won't watch the video. But like if you just added that rationale to why they should go click on the link, click on the thumbnail and see the video, then way more of them, like way more, are going to take you up on your offer. So if you're like, Stacey, I drive everybody to like content all the time, and I look at my email service provider, like analytics, and I don't even get anywhere near 2% click-through rate. 2% for e-commerce is considered like the floor of what normal is. Higher is always better, but if you've got like 2% or higher click-through rate, good for you. That's pretty normal. Okay. So why sending an email a couple times a year isn't going to do a lot for you? You need to send them more and more often. Once a week is a minimum. But do you understand now that if somebody just farts out an email to you saying, here's last week's YouTube video, go look at it. I don't know. I don't have a lot of time. It's not that I don't like you. I might not unsubscribe from your list, but like, whatever. Okay. This is last week's videos. Do you understand? Do you understand how adding a rationale and even giving them a hint of what they get out of it is going to greatly increase your conversion rate? In this case, your click-through rate, right? So we know by now that your subconscious mind's going to set up for you, like it's going to set you up for self-sabotage, just default. Even if it happens even to me, folks, to keep you within like the playpen of your comfort zone, to keep you safe, right? To keep you safe. It's not trying to hurt you. It's not because you're poisonous. It's not because you're broken. It's not because you're a bad person. It's your subconscious mind is trying to keep you from being disappointed, to being predated upon or harmed, and everything in between, right? Your reptilian brain, that part of your subconscious mind, isn't always rational. So like, here's some other like more concrete tips about how to push out of the comfort zone. First of all those statistics really ought to be good news for you. And the studies that I linked to should show you I'm just not just, farting this out my butt, right? So first of all, know that the worst thing that you can do is fail if you push yourself out of your comfort zone. But odds are you won't. You may get underwhelming results, or you might not. You don't know till you get there, and you can't get better at doing the thing without doing the thing. So you just kind of have to push through and act like a scientist. Like, say to yourself, this is my scientific experiment. Can I pull this off? Let me see, does this work? Doesn't it? And if it doesn't work or I get underwhelming results in terms of maybe click-through rates on a link that I send, whether it's to a sales page or to a YouTube video, I see those analytics. Let me study. Now I'm the scientist. Now I've got my results. Let me extrapolate what these results mean. Let me go back. Did I not optimize that video well? Let me go back. Did I not give somebody a reason of what they're going to get out of it for following through on my call to action? Like, examine so that you can learn from your failure, or at least your underwhelming results, and try better the next time around. Okay? So this is the whole Thomas Edison quip of I have not failed. I've found like 10,000 ways that the light bulb won't work. So maybe way 10,001 it works. He's narrowing the field. It's like learning how to do archery. You're not likely going to hit the bullseye first rattle out of the box. If you do, it's dumb luck. You have to continue to get better at doing the thing by doing the thing, looking at the big picture, looking at what you've done. Do you need to tweak it? Do you have to look at your analytics on social? Are you putting up content when your ideal customer isn't likely on the platform? Look at the analytics on YouTube. Is somebody diving off your YouTube video, like say a pre-edited video? They're not even there for 1 minute out of the 10 minutes that the video might be in length. If enough people are doing that and you see that drop off point, whatever you're doing in that video, you have to stop. So here's the thing, like, be willing to learn. Just say, I found 10,000 ways that something won't work. When I'm putting up a website, today is 10,001, and maybe this time it works, right? You make distinctions and you learn and you keep moving forward. You're going to stay stale if you remain circumscribed in the comfort zone that you're trapping yourself in. You have to take risks, but you're making sure that they're calculated ones. This way, the risk of failure is decreased and the damage from any resulting failure is best contained. The more you're outside of your comfort zone, the more you learn to kind of have thicker skin about how it's uncomfortable, right? Like, I hate tech. I got to deal with it because, right now I'm paying off some more debt. I can't go hiring a tech person full time yet. I can't do it. As soon as the debt's gone, I will. But in the meantime, I have to push myself to do things, to fix things, to learn things, to implement things more. It sucks, but I'm right in there with you. All right, so Bridget says, I've danced all the way up to the edge of creating great emails. I let myself get distracted before sending the email, and then the email is outdated, but I'm doing email after church today. Girl, promise God that you're going to do it, because I know you're serious about your relationship with him. God helps those who help themselves. Tiffany says, Bridget, same here. I'll get halfway through designing and writing them, and then I'll think of a whole new idea, so scratch it and start new, repeat again. Listen, Tiffany, and you guys, if you're not Tiffany, you could do this too. Google the statistics about emails. Make sure that your filter on your Google search is set to like the last year. You don't want anything from too far away ago. Email marketing has been given, no matter what, it's been like like a three-figure like percentage rate of return on investment or ROI, right? I'm sorry, 4-figure percentage rate on ROI or return on investment. There are some stats that go as high as 3,200 to 4,200% return on investment for sending out an email, even just a strictly sales-based email. That's because guess what? Your business and people expect to be sold to. So, and there are statistics that show that when you're sending emails daily to near daily, you make more money, you don't make less. You may or may not push a few more unsubscribes out the door, but the people who are left are more willing to be sold to. So, you can't duck and cover. So, Tiffany, hey, here's a great workaround for you. Send that first email and draft the next email with the next idea and send that out the next day. There's 7 days in a week. Go send 7 emails. You're welcome. Bridget says, I have set time aside today to just send it today. If it sucks, oh well, I'll get better as I push myself to do it. It's my number one goal for today. Yep. And Bridget, you and Darren have 2 separate businesses that are both doing well. You're on track to do 7 figures this year. You know what's going to get you there probably is sending the emails. Okay. And sending them more and not less. A lot of people have from your businesses, they have a great deal of familiarity with you and Darren. So I don't think you're going to get truckloads of unsubscribes. If you do it all, because you have a lot of know, like, and trust with your brand-based community, you do. But you probably will get some unsubscribes when people are like, hey, I'm not used to this. Let me out of here. Right? Amy Lindblade, hey, what's going on? But, after the first week to 2 weeks ish, it should be that you're growing that email list more than you're getting unsubscribes. It's like you paper trained your puppy wrong. So when you start emailing everybody daily to near daily, they might just pee themselves and it's a big mess initially. Hey, Laura from Music Chick Art. What's going on? Good to see you. So you're going to get the 7 figures, Bridget. You can. You really can. You're on track. Hey, Miss Amy. Yeah, Michael says live. Thank you for posting now and later. Yep. No problem. Yeah. Become email sending buddies, become accountability buddies, because the email is really one of the biggest ways that you're going to be able to grow your business. Because, yeah, if it's like 30, even if it was a 1200% ROI and return on investment, and that probably is one of the more conservative assessments I've seen, I'm telling you now, I am telling you now, you are going to end up being so happy that you are actually engaging in email marketing. Okay, Carol says the tag of OWO is my problem. I've been watching the videos, but I keep getting stuck uploading an email template. I went to the Canva site to learn, thinking that would help. Any tech gurus? Doesn't the email have to be pretty, or am I wrong? That's a really good question, and a lot of times, no, the email doesn't have to be pretty. Prettier can help, but it's not like if you send a bland email, nothing happens. Because if the contents of the email make sense to the people who are receiving them, remember, you're not just telling them to go do something, go shop this collection. You're giving them something that they're going to get out of it by shopping the collection. And I wish saying limited supplies works, but not to the extent that you would think. Like, shop now or else I'm going to run out. So what? I don't really know why I need whatever it is that you're about to run out on. Like, good luck. I'm sure you'll run out with somebody else. Like, you have to let somebody know what's in it for them and why they need to take the action and how they'll lose out if they don't, or at least what they'll get. What's the benefit to them if they click to shop on that page or to go watch that YouTube video, right? At any point in time, did I say you need like gorgeousness in order to get that accomplished? Nah. Just like for my coaches and course creators, if you're putting together your first course and there's so many other learning curves I'm not going to bore everybody with, but like people are like, do my slides have to be gorgeous? A lot of my students are like, wow, your slides are gorgeous. Well, I have a designer, folks. Okay. Do I need a designer for my slides? Nah, because I've seen people go to 7, 8, 9-figure successes because I might have been students of theirs in the past, where they just had black and white slides and there was no other color, or maybe occasionally they had something highlighted or underlined in red. And I forget what the font was, but it was like a more basic font that like anybody could have been like cool with. Perfect's the enemy of done. You just don't want bless this mess. So as long as the content of the email is a reasonable request with justification that shows the benefit to the other person, especially as you get better at doing the thing by doing the thing, you're going to get 50, 60, 90% of people converting if it's not a sales-based thing, and then like at least 1 in 10 if it is a sales-based thing, right? Those are statistics. It's probability and statistics. It's nothing personal, which actually should make you feel better about getting outside of your comfort zone. You want to work out those kinks. You want to finally get this thing going so that you can actually start getting analytics, feedback, see what works, see what doesn't. So 1 week at a time, you tweak, and you're not throwing spaghetti at the wall over time. You are like kind of narrowing down the field, like learning how to hit a bullseye. Eventually you learn to get your bead on the bullseye tighter and tighter and tighter and tighter. You're eliminating what doesn't work. You're eliminating all the learning curve eventually, and tighter until you're hitting the bullseye or close every single time. Okay. So in terms of OWO, Carol, I don't use it, but last I knew there was a OWO like Facebook group. So you're a customer, you should be there. And I'm pretty sure there's at least 1, if not 2 people during normal business hours who are responding to those requests that are put there. And I think they also have like a ticket service. Just because I know Renee Christine Cody, who, launched OWO. OWO is like a MailChimp competitor. My understanding is that there's no limit on automations and that it is price point wise a good competitor of MailChimp. I just never made the move over to it. And that's not a value judgment one way or another. Renee and her team are good as gold. Get in the Facebook group. If you're not, they may have a lot of videos or resources in there. Otherwise, I thought they had like a customer service ticket system. So if you're stuck somewhere, get out of your comfort zone and reach out to them because I know they're there. Yeah, and Tiffany's right. Most emails that she reads, they're not graphically aesthetic. So again, that's kind of like pretty perfectionism, or if someone's selling you like email templates, like that's cool and it can goose your conversion rates. I'm not saying it won't, but not to the point where I'm screaming about it. It's a nice optional extra. Fussing about like how gorgeous your email is kind of like being like, well, I gotta lose weight, so I'm gonna get like the perfect like workout gear, and then I'm gonna make sure that I get the perfect like workout bra. I'm gonna get the perfect like sneakers, and then I'm gonna go research the methodology that I'm gonna use. Oh my god, just put on some clothes and go stream something and do a free workout on YouTube. Go for a walk. My good lord, we're overthinking this. Now, as you can afford to invest back into your business, if you want like graphic, aesthetically pleasing emails and you understand your ideal customer and you feel like you've got your branding and your marketing on lock, is that a nice way to up level things? Sure, I'm not going to discourage you, but that's not what I want you to worry about right now. Get the email list together and send out those emails. That's all I want. At least once a week, more as soon as you can. Oh my God. The reason why you're not making as much money as you want is because you're not making enough offers. My God, if you want me to distill it down to like the quickest, easiest essentials, there it is. La 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 la. Okay, so people are talking about Canva. La 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 la. Okay, I can't ever get the links to work that you post in here, Stacey. I feel challenged. I don't know. I think other people are getting the links to work, right? Do other people find that they're not clicking on the links and that they don't work? What I will do is when I post the replay on this, the first pinned comment is always going to be to the playlist because a lot of people are like, oh, I just found you now. So that works to be a lot easier. In the show notes or the descriptions of the video, after the first paragraph, the first scripted paragraph, I'll start putting the links to what I referred to here on the replay because I can only pin like one comment at a time. Lenora says, yeah, see, Jane says the links work here. I know other people have like messaged me and said, oh, I went to that link that you put like in a video the other day and it worked. So I'm not sure what's going on your end, Tiffany. I'm so sorry. I'm getting them on my phone. Don't know about a computer. No, I know at least one person who's reached out to me about the studies over the last couple days. Like I'm not doing too many links on too many days about studies, but the other day, like I know somebody that I was communicating with, they did that on desktop because if I'm not mistaken, they do everything on desktop. Lenore says, it's taken time to get consistent with emails, but at this point I have a consistent 20% open rate and single digit unsubscribes. I had a completely cold list a year ago. Takes time and consistency. Everybody live on the replay say, you go, Miss Lenore Love, you go girl, or something like that. And thank you for your leadership and your honesty in terms of sharing that, Lenore, because that's what I've been preaching for going on 9 years now. And even Joe's Dairy Bar and Grill, they didn't want an email list when I helped take over and drive the bus on a lot of their marketing in 2016. It wasn't until the summer of 2016 that I finally wore my husband and my father-in-law down. And now it's like they're mad if I can't send an email every day. But I'm juggling so much. I can't necessarily send an email every day. But when we send an email, it's like printing money every single time. And that had a lot to do with why we are a 7-figure business now. As of last year, we exceeded 7.3, I'm sorry, I lie, $1.3 million. And the email list is huge because people check their email list like 19 times a day as opposed to checking their social. Again, you can Google those stats. Those are more commonplace and pedestrian. That's part of the reason why email marketing has such a high return on investment. So Lenore is right. It probably was like a couple, like 2-3 weeks or whatever to like train her people up that they're going to get emailed more consistently. And the thing is, like, once you're doing it weekly, if not more, people don't see emails from you, whether they open them or not, and go, who the heck is this now? Because they're way more likely to unsubscribe, right? And if you're not pegging your ideal customer properly, if you are not pegging their pain point and playing on that very important like guitar string for them, and then say, here, I have what it takes to get you out of pain and into pleasure, and this is why it would behoove you to take me up on my offer. People accept your offer more than they buy your products. Going back to weight loss, that's like a multi-bajillion-dollar industry, because people are just racking up streaming services, racking up water bottles. They buy and buy and buy, but how many of them implement? Now, that's not necessarily the fault of the industry, but that's why so many people can get into industries like that. And if they know how to market and they know how to optimize and they narrow down their focus and they're starting with a very narrowed down niche and speaking directly to them, they can start making money no matter how many other competitors are out there. Okay. So I can't say it enough. A 20% open rate is super awesome. That's super healthy. If she was just telling me 2 to 5%, I'm sure Lenore would tell you she's doing business, right? 20%, that's super awesome. And single digit unsubscribes. And she had a completely cold last year. Like, so you know what? Having a email list like that, it should be when she sends out a YouTube video, she gets a healthy return on her investment for that YouTube video, even if it has nothing to do with to the bank of KLT or no like and trust, so that when she does next week or maybe in 2 days, how dare Lenore send all these emails in 1 week? Isn't that pushy? Nope, you could do it daily to near daily. And if you're providing enough value and making enough offers, people will say, I can't buy this week, but damn, I'm sticking around, because when I'm ready to buy, when I've saved up the money, when it's time to buy something for me or a gift for a loved one, this is my resource, right? They're selling to me a lot. They're a business. I'm not shocked, but they're also providing value sometimes just for the sake of value. And dang it, I know, like, and trust that brand. I'm going to buy from them. I'm going to keep buying from them, right? So how do you get to that? You have to train up your list. You have to do it. You have to even have an email list. Amy Lynn Blade says, I repeat your words in my head often. You get better at doing the thing by doing the thing, because I experienced it and I know it's true. Thank you for sharing that, Amy. I really appreciate it. But also, it's like repetition's the mother of skill. But it's also somebody sharing, it does work for me, right? So there's no way you're going to get better if you don't do what you need to do. And so thank you, Anne and Janice and everybody saying, yay. And to Lenore, I'm very proud of her, and I know her business has got to be so much healthier because of it. And she can look at her analytics to see, if a particular email has a lower open rate, what does that mean? Does it mean that they're not that interested in that subject line to even open it? Maybe she needs to tweak her subject line. I'm just saying, using Lenore as an example. If they open the emails at a 20% rate, let's say that's pretty much her use. And the click-through rate's even normally 20% plus or minus, but this time it's like 2%. She has to look and say, is my call to action off? Did I really have a clear one, or was I just like shoveling a link at them and saying, here, click here, you'll have fun. This is my YouTube video for the week. Everyone's going to go, yay, and just keep going, right? Unless they know what's in it for me, right? She goes, oh, I have some bumps. Everyone does. Everyone does. Like on YouTube, if you put up YouTube videos regularly, YouTube lists like the top 10 videos. So like your 10 out of 10 is on the bottom and your 1 out of 10 is your top performing YouTube video. I've had students say, I feel horrible for the videos that go 10 out of 10. They're not all going to be 1 out of 10, But like the good news is when you see what doesn't perform for you quite as well, sometimes it's just, it's just an aberration. Sometimes it's just an exception to the rule, and it doesn't necessarily mean anything in and of itself. But sometimes you look at the analytics, if there's additional analytics and insights, like YouTube Studio, you see like 10 million things. You can go, oh, you know what? That wasn't an attractive thumbnail. No one's clicking on that. oh, you know what? They only made it to 1 minute out of 10 in the YouTube video. I must be saying something that's turning people off, or I don't have enough B-roll, and it's just a talking head all the time, and people got bored and fatigued, so they dropped off. Steven, what's going on, baby? What can I do for you? All right. Well, I got to wrap this up soon anyway. Yeah, I got to go to good, enjoy church and stuff like that, Bridget. All right. So everybody, seriously, I hope that some of like the tips and the statistics and kind of like connecting it to our lives as entrepreneurs, I hope that that has helped you. Tomorrow's training will go on at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's Monday, January 10th. Because I have a 9 a.m. Conference, and then 10 a.m. I'm in the Funnel Dynasty group coaching. So about 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, I'll be back. Tomorrow, we're going to talk about the three specific steps to overcome any objection that you have, especially shot through the lens of an entrepreneur. Sure, you could use this stuff to better your lives personally, but here we're talking about entrepreneurialism. Also on January 11th, the content that I normally drop on this channel, we're going to go back to doing those because my video editor, Barney can get more stuff to me now. It's kind of one step forward, two steps back, where he lives in the Philippines because he really got rocked by a bad storm there. And so they've got connectivity issues and sometimes they don't have power, but they're working on things over there. So I do have some videos to start rolling back onto my channel normally on YouTube. Those pre-edited videos will come up at 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time starting Tuesday, January 12th. Okay, guys, I will hopefully see you tomorrow where we will go through those three specific steps to overcome objections, especially as an entrepreneur, so you can get more sales, right? Because at the end of the day, that's the most important macro conversion we could have. I will talk to you guys later. Bye. Happy Sunday.